back. It's week 2 of me being back in my unpaid position. Glad to be here. Somewhat. So after a full year of the pandemic, the children finally get to have free lunch through the summer. If you didn't know, the free lunch program was created by the Black Panthers to assist children back in the day. Despite what you heard, the Black Panthers did more good than what was portrayed in the media as them doing bad. The program was then morphed and warped into a sense of not everyone should have free lunch. Last year, the program was expanded due to major job loss affected by the pandemic. Last week, the USDA decided to keep this new current standing of all children being eligible for this right to eat. Thank you to Fred Hampton. Do your research. That's all I'm saying. After a video surfaced of 3 women snatching off the mask of an Uber driver, coughing openly in his car, and then physically assaulting him, Twitter detectives went to work and found out one chick was an escort, the other just seems to be dumb. She even hopped on IG Live and tried to explain herself. She was just more wrong. But 2 of them are wanted for criminal charges that I'm sure once they figure out who the 3rd chick is, she'll have warrants too. NBA YoungBoy was reportedly offered $1 million to do a song with Snitcherton. Who the hell is Snitcherton?
Huh?
Who the hell is Snitcherton?
Teriyaki 69.
Oh! NBA YoungBoy was reportedly offered $1 million to do a song with Tekashi 69. He denied it. YoungBoy has shown that he gives no fucks and lives in his truth of whatever it may be. Tekashi really tried a true street nigga after setting niggas up and thought he was gonna get somewhere. Regardless of how you view it, I mean, get your money how you get your money. I respect YoungBoy's decision, but I don't listen to his music. So if he did choose to make a song with Tekashi 69, me personally, I wouldn't listen to it.
I would never know it existed.
Thank you. Not saying his music is bad, but it's just not for me. Rihanna has found a new trademark for Fenty hair. She is intended to cover hair care preparations, dandruff shampoo, hair wave preparations, and more. Please give it up, y'all. She ain't coming back to music. She's not. Doesn't seem like it. She's gone. She's a businesswoman now. You may get features or a single, but she's probably not gonna release an album in the foreseeable future. And like, that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, I hate to say that to all the Rihanna fans out there, but just enjoy the great music that she released prior to her pursuing entrepreneurship. Cause yeah, she really not coming back.
What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite renting relative, Uncle Fred, and we are back with another segment of Inword Sports, and I gotta shout out my boy K Peso, man, over there at 3 of Queens. Also, my girl Wardrobes by Wit, man. They taking care of your boy. Options, 4212 Emancipation Avenue. Let them know I sent you, man. They taking care of folks. SWAC basketball took over the streets of Birmingham, Alabama, as we had our SWAC basketball championships this past weekend, and we got to go ahead and shoot congratulations over to the Lady Tigers at Jackson State and also to the Tigers of Texas Southern. Now, both of these programs, I definitely predicted both of them to go ahead and take the conference at the beginning of the year. Now, I did give TSU a little bit more flack than I gave Jackson State because TSU, I don't know what was going on, but they brought it together. Now, as we look at JSU, I gotta say, Amisha Williams has been handling business all year, and I got the feeling that she's gonna be a pivotal piece into the upset or making it into the second round for Jackson State. But shout out to the SWAC athletes, shout out to TSU, shout out to JSU. Now as we move over to the MEAC, we gotta give a big congratulations to the NCAT Lady Aggies. I must say, the game against Howard was intense. Now, I had Howard to be a dark horse to go and upset somebody in the tournament, but it looks like I got to look at NCAT. And I mean, I look at history's past. Can we really turn our nose up to NCAT like they're not worthy? I mean, we're going to mention them later on in this segment, but I mean, shout out to NCAT and Norfolk. Listen, I don't want to take anything away from y'all, but I think the conference has a lot to explain as to why NCAT missed the game against Norfolk. Now, I also say this. I don't like the fact that NCAT winning either. MEAC, I don't like the fact that they can win the conference and leave. So I kind of understand this, but shout out to Norfolk State. Hey, those guys, they got a big game coming up as well. They'll be taking on Appalachian State. So, and the winner of that game has Gonzaga. So, I mean, hey, shout out to Norfolk for this, but I mean, Gonzaga is the truth. Good luck to y'all, though. NCAT, since we're talking about y'all, we can talk about some more great things that you guys are doing, and I'm talking about more specifically on this track. Now, if you don't know, North Carolina A&T officially has the fastest 4x4 in the country. Yes, they won NCAAs. Shout out to that entire team. Shout out to the university with a time of 3:03:16. That is the 5th fastest time at the university. So shout out to those guys. Shout out to Randolph Ross as well. for the 200, got second place in the country. Now, this is going to lead to a very exciting outdoor season. Now, I'm really looking forward to this. We also had Braylon Robinson from Alcorn State representing the 60, represented very well. I mean, but the 60 was deep this year. But I will also say this, you can't play with NCAT, man. There's no playing with those guys. Now, that's one sport the MEAC has to hold their hat on. You know, you got to be okay with NCAT winning this one because of the way in which they've done it. They are always going to nationals. They will continue to go to nationals with the way they recruit and with the way they perform. So shout out to North Carolina A&T. I am very excited to see this 4x1 as well as this 4x4 now. JSU beat Valley like a grandmother with a disruptive child in Sunday service. That game was crazy how JSU handled them. Now, I must say it is Valley. So I'm really not giving JSU all the credit in which they deserve for this win. But, I mean, you look good on ESPN too. Your uniforms look nice. I mean, your offense is potent. I mean, I got to give you that. Jalen Jones, he looks like he possibly could be a serious threat as far as a quarterback. I'm not going to say that yet because he really looks more like a game manager to me in the SWAC. And when it really comes down to it, like against a real defense, like I'm really going to see against Saturday, I mean, then we'll be able to say, you know, Jalen Jones is really that. But, I mean, through these first 3 games, Edward Waters, Grambling kind of put their foot in their mouth. So, I mean, they kind of gave their game away, if you ask me. And then you got Valley. So, I mean, 3-0 nonetheless. I cannot take that away from them. 3-0, good, whatever it is that y'all say y'all doing over there. But I must say, you handle Alabama State like how you did today, then you know what? I'm a believer. Then I become a believer because they actually have a quarterback, they have a defense, they have everything that it needs to actually compete against these guys, and they're not going to take themselves out of the game because a lot of people aren't even going to have them in the game. So I'm excited for this up-and-coming weekend. Keep playing like you're playing, Dion. I'm not going to lie to you. I want to see this. Keep it together until the fall, actually. Keep all of this together to the fall because I want to see you do it against my Braves. I want to see you do it against Bethune. I want to see you do it against FAMU. I mean, I'm ready to see this now. I'm ready. Come on, let's talk about PV. And Grambling State takes yet another loss, man. It's a tough one for Hickbottom, man. I'm not going to lie to you. It was a tough day. Prairie View's defense is legit, though, man. I'm sorry. That defense is rock solid. They're still trying to figure out this quarterback thing because, I mean, you got a transfer who's coming in, and he's playing okay. And then you got this freshman out of Duncanville who is lighting up the scoreboard. He's running the offense efficiently. And it makes you wonder. Now you got a real situation going on at Prairie View. And I've always said Prairie View is a dark horse for the SWAC. Every year, I'm sorry, I don't care what year it is, Prairie View is a dark horse because of how competitive the West is. We talked about how everybody has a championship in the West last week, but Prairie View this year, that's the game. That's the game. Prairie View versus Jackson State. That's the game that we need to circle on our calendars. And what's crazy, that's a Sunday game. Bravo, prom. Bravo for the prom time. In professional sports, we have the CFL and the XFL working on a merger. Now, I really like this because there are elements in both games that I really like, and I really would love to see them bring them in. One would definitely be the running start that they have that exists in the CFL. I love that. That adds a whole new speed factor. It also has like that arena league factor to it, so it's kind of familiar. People, it's almost like it's not forbidden. So it's not something brand new to people. So I like that. Now I also like the XFL's kickoff. I love that way. I mean, the fact that people are standing there, it makes it a lot more safer. Guys are moving at a lot faster pace. It's now a bigger factor in the game. Whereas in the NFL, most times we got folks kicking it out the back of the end zones. But now this is way more exciting. I really want to see what they come up with at the end of this. Now, they are saying that this will probably take somewhere probably around 2022. So it's not that far off, but we do have some time. And I'm also excited to see if they'll do it in the spring again. Because I'm not going to lie to you, my Roughnecks were on the way. We were on our way to our first XFL championship. So I'm excited to see what league we're about to dominate now. Go Roughnecks! And this is going to conclude another segment of Inword News. I am your host, Uncle Fred. All right, y'all, don't walk down our dark alleys. I'm taking no wooden nickels.
Now to the Y'all Hiring segment. So Treats by Nikki is a California treats and sweets business. They do fancy fruits, pretzel sticks, and such. If you want an Instagram-worthy edible decoration, unless you're in California, she ain't got nothing for you. So it's only based in California. You're going to get in California. These treats don't ship well, so you gotta pick them up if you're in the Bakersfield area. So if you got a sweet tooth in California, get the treats by Nikki. Afro Mousse is a homemade African wax print accessory and home decor business based out of Kuwait. They create all forms, ties, ascots, kufis, dining sets, lanyards, and more. They come in different patterns and materials that you can personally pick out. If you want a custom order, DM the owner. They ship worldwide. Pages Pastries and Bistro is a food truck and bakery in the Atlanta area. They got everything from simple finger foods like wings to the complex bakeries of 6-inch tall 3-layer cakes. They even have hood classics such as nachos with flaming hot Cheetos. If you're in the surrounding area that is Atlanta, visit their IG for menus and their schedule. Remember, it's a food truck, so you can wait on them, but you can also pull up. And on the way, support your local water boys. I'm out.